Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.
And it's time for a Sterling episode.
Sterling?
Of Mr. Curiosity. It's Sterling.
Sterling?
Yeah.
Why?
Sterling silver?
Yeah, because if you look at the video for this, I have silver on. I feel sterling, shimmery.
Yeah, I guess we better explain what he's wearing.
It's
right
one
off
way
the
to put
top.
it.
Yes,
For people that are watching.
It's a onesie, 25th anniversary of the bike ride. It was the silver anniversary, so we bought silver space suits. Now we have a silver theme in the morning show where we want people to submit pictures of them pointing something silver. I left the
It's
silver
2025, 25 silver.
on. Yeah, it all makes sense.
It all makes perfect sense.
It
The
does,
weird part
in his
is
brain.
when you wear a onesie, is this a girl thing? I feel like it's so simple and wonderful. Like because you see people in the future, whenever you see aliens or future humans,
They're wearing like a
They're
spandex.
wearing-
they're not
like
wearing
that.
different accoutrements. It's
No.
one simple thing. I love it.
Except when you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
Then
but
it's
if
not
the
easy.
zip goes down pretty low,
Does it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's
I
still
think
hard
it's the
for us
future.
ladies.
I think I'm the future.
You are the future, Joe.
You are the future.
What was funny is that he was walking around the newsroom this morning as people came into work. They didn't even seem to bat an eye.
No one even
they're
cares.
just
Yeah,
"Oh,
that's just Joe."
No one
Right.
gives it a second glance.
No, that's just the way it
That's
is.
normal.
So we're going to answer your brown bag questions here. I'm kind of in a hurry because I have to go
It's
places.
Friday.
It's
man.
Friday. This is
Please,
no,
busy.
this appears on Monday, but we're recording this on Friday, and we want to answer your questions, but we're all itching to get out.
We are.
We don't even know what day it is.
We
The
don't.
holidays threw us off. Is it Sunday? Is it Wednesday? Is it Thursday?
It's been a long week.
Nikki's boyfriend, he's driving to Alabama or something. I mean,
He is.
Mindy, she's got
just
skiing
drove back from
plans.
Iowa.
John,
last
I'm
week.
gonna do a puzzle tonight in front of the fire.
A
I
bird
seriously am. I'm not even joking.
that is unbelievable. You
It's
can't
not a
find
bird
anything
puzzle.
better to do than a puzzle.
That's what I want to do. I
Does
want
it
to sit
relax
in front of
you?
the fire and have.
And you really
puzzle.
do a puzzle.
Yes, it relaxes me. I love it. So, by the way, John likes puzzles too, although he never backs me up.
I don't really do the puzzles as much, but my mom always has a puzzle going at every family occasion.
You
So
said
the
you
kids-
liked them though.
I don't mind them.
Here's why I find a puzzle insulting, because it's creating chaos just to pass time, and I think that's a sin.
No, it's
Creating
getting
chaos.
Like,
I never thought of a puzzle as chaos.
Well, you could be
I
doing-
never did either.
You could be, what I'm saying is you're creating something to make time go by when you could be like folding laundry or painting or cleaning the refrigerator.
It's
There's so
good-
many things you can
It's
do.
good problem solving to put a puzzle together. It has your brain working, has you seeing colors, matching textures. Yeah, no, I think it's a good thing.
If you were my daughter, I'd say the only way I'm going to allow you to do that puzzle is if everything else in your life that you have to do is already done.
See, that's where beauty comes in. I'm going to do it even though I have laundry to do.
Oh, see, that's the part I don't get.
It could be a hobby, though.
Yeah. You have to take. Nikki was telling us earlier how you have to take time for your hobbies. Self-care.
You do. Self-care. Puzzles are a form of self-care, I bet.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but it's almost like
Mindy,
if I,
right?
it's like if I came up your house and I took down like everything in your bedroom or living room. Like I took pictures down, I moved your furniture, I tipped over coffee tables, I put mud on the windows, and I say, now go clean this up because you need to be busy. Wouldn't you be like, what?
I don't
A
see it that
puzzle
way.
is creating chaos just to give you something to do.
I don't see it that way.
I don't see it that way.
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
It's a picture. Why don't you just go buy a picture if you want a picture?
Because it's a thing to do. It's fun.
After you do all
You'll
the
never
things
get
you
it.
He's never going
He's never going to get it.
Never.
You want me to
Get
take
it.
questions?
Question number one coming
All
from
right.
Mindy. These are from you, the viewers. Keep the cover.
Do
The
we
great.
have any Travis questions this time?
He has a whole bag, but I sprinkle in. There's a lot of new ones. Questions. If you want to be on this podcast, we love you. Brownbag at WNEP.com. Brownbag, one word, at WNEP.com. And the questions are great. I
Have
get
you ever
tons
seen
every
the
week.
commercials for our podcast?
They're great.
They're
They are
really
awesome.
funny.
They
Yes,
are
they
funny.
are.
Our little cartoon characters and stuff.
We have thousands of listeners and viewers, and this is a big deal.
And we
it's a way
appreciate
to.
all of it.
Yeah, so keep
I
the
don't know
questions
the
coming.
answer to this question.
Okay,
This
here
is
we go.
from Jason. I'm not sure if you guys know the answer. Why do the waitresses have stars on their aprons at Cracker Barrel?
I used to work at Cracker Barrel.
Wait a minute. This is huge.
So is this
This is a
like
big
a
moment.
server rating, kind of a movie rating? Does it mean I should request a new waitress if they only have 1 or 2 stars.
I think
Please-
Nikki
Is that
knows
what it
the
means?
answer.
I do
Please
know
back
the
up.
answer.
Please back up, though.
Ooh.
So I'm at Cracker Barrel, and a
Uh-huh.
waitress comes. Where are these stars, and what do you mean? Well, I don't
There,
even know-
so your name is printed on the apron. It's sewn there, and then
Okay.
there's 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 0 stars.
like, how big are they?
Ooh.
Just like,
Yeah, like that.
so
I
about
guess
as
I
big as a
never paid
quarter or
attention.
something?
Yeah,
Silver
like
dollar?
the size of a quarter.
And there are, I
noticed.
never noticed that. And so what does this mean?
So when you start training, you don't have any stars. It's just a thing. It's, the 1 star, it's just kind of yeah. Oh, no, I'm trying to remember. I worked there a really long time.
But it's a hierarchy or something.
It is a hierarchy. You just have to go through constant training at Cracker Barrel, and then you have to take quizzes, and then once you go through a certain level, you've been there a certain amount of time, you can get 1, or you start with 1 star. I can't remember.
So it's like a 4-star general.
Yeah.
thing or something.
Wow.
This is huge.
So
I
if
didn't
you have
know.
a 4-star waitress, it's a big deal.
It's a big
She knows-
deal.
She or he knows what they're
Yeah.
doing.
And there's different color aprons. Most people have a brown apron, and the trainers have the maroon color apron.
Ooh,
So
the
if you have a
maroon is
maroon
good.
apron with 4 stars, you're like the big wig at Cracker Barrel.
But do you think that, are you getting better quality with more stars?
I
Is
don't
that- it
think
seems judgy
necessarily.
a little bit. I don't know if I like this.
No, I'm actually thinking we should institute this for here, because
A new
how we
reporter,
do-
1 star.
Well, no, we do trainings and quizzes and stuff, and every time we do one of those, we should get like a star.
How many stars would we get?
We'd get a lot.
We
What
would get
about,
a
like
lot.
years of employment though?
That could add in too.
Like
Yeah.
I'd be like the 4-star general
Oh,
here.
you'd be,
It'd like
yeah. He's the elder.
Yes.
Jeremy, he'd be just working on his
Yeah.
first little star.
Yeah, he'd
This-
have like half a star.
yeah. Well, I don't know.
I'm amazed that Nikki had the insight we were
I
looking
know,
for. How
I
long
had-
did you work at
Yeah,
Cracker
how
Barrel?
long did you work
I
at
worked
Cracker
there for
Barrel?
about 2 years.
Okay.
We could do a whole episode on
In the
you
Reading
were-
area?
No,
the what?
Yeah, no, I worked there in the Muncie area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I had 4 stars at Cracker Barrel.
What?
I had 4 stars on my
Wow.
apron.
We are
Yes.
in the
Amazing.
presence of a 4-star Nikki.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And with
is
this,
big.
when this podcast used to be interviewing people instead of what we're doing now, answering questions, I wanted to always do an episode with a waitress or a
Oh.
waiter just to get their life experiences. I can do a whole show on you.
I was a waitress at Cracker Barrel. I was a waitress at Red Lobster.
Oh my God!
So
Is it? Are people annoying? Are there certain groups that tip more or less, or you can
Yes.
see them coming?
uh-huh.
Should we do a whole episode on your waitressing?
I could do a whole episode on
my
waitressing.
God. Are most people nice? Are most people rude? Are they demanding? I need to know all these things.
Nikki's wondering if she should answer your questions. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I would like to say most people are good, but I think I always think everybody should either work in retail or everybody should work in a restaurant.
yeah, and
That my wife
service.
says that all the time.
I believe
She
it. yeah.
waitressed at Olive Garden. She
Uh-huh.
worked retail for a while. She says everyone should do it to have an appreciation for what those people go through.
Yeah.
Didn't you work in food service, John? No?
I didn't know.
Okay, I did.
I
was
did
a
Burger
waitress.
King, if that counts.
Yeah, I
That
didn't.
barely counts.
I never
No,
did
I'm
the
just
register.
kidding.
I
I'm
was
just
in the
kidding.
back.
No, that counts.
I mean, I would have some people come into the restaurants and you would think, oh my gosh, look at them. And they would be the best people, tip well. And then you'd have people who would look like money. And then they would run us around
Treat you
so
like
much
garbage.
and treat us like servants and leave a crappy tip.
I see. That's why I'm wondering, because I think people fall into 2 groups. Those that want to be waited on, you know, like they have that attitude, like I'm here, you serve me, and they love being higher up and demeaning people and get this and this is cold. And then there's others that, like, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I hate being waited on for anything. I feel like I want to sit down. I'll go make my own stuff. I'll bring it all.
Right, right.
What I do is
I
feel
think they frown upon that.
I feel bad for the person waiting on me. Like
Yeah.
I'm just I hate that feeling. Like when other people taking care of me. I hate that.
Yeah, and then you have your people who just want to get free stuff. And they are sending stuff back. They find a problem with their food. They go in there.
No matter what, there's a problem.
They
right?
go
You have
in.
that
Yeah,
person.
they go in there with the mission of getting something for free.
Oh, that's annoying.
I could never be like that when I go out to eat.
Yeah.
Is it? Did you? No, I can't. Okay, I gotta hold back. I'm gonna hold back. But I always
Mike?
get the feeling if food goes back, it's got to be a bad attitude back there in the kitchen. If,
Oh,
if
yeah.
so-and-so says,
Oh,
hey, they
I
brought
know.
this back.
Yeah, I don't send food back.
No.
I've only done it like maybe once in my life.
Because
I
you feel
know
like the
it's
chef's
not-
going to wipe it on his
Yeah.
crotch or something.
I've never seen anything like that happen in any of the restaurants I've worked
I
at.
know, but I
But
just-
But
you
you're
think
worried.
that could happen.
you think it could.
I take it like a man, and I don't complain about anything, no matter what. If it was ice cold, I'd be like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
I think I had raw chicken one time, and I was like,
Yeah.
Maybe then.
You can't eat
no,
raw chicken.
Can't do that. But in general, I try not to send things back.
My kids do love Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
It does have a
Yes.
charm.
You
It
know
does
what's
have a
good
charm.
is the cheesy hash brown casserole.
It's my favorite.
That is
Yes.
so good.
It's
Ladies
so
and gentlemen,
good.
it's the Cracker Barrel episode.
Yes.
Not sponsored by Cracker Barrel,
No.
but
Right.
maybe someday.
Oh, now
something-
I'm really craving that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so good. The hash brown casserole.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Whatever they're going for, it works. That campy attitude because you got
Totally.
all the trivia stuff and
Yes. I love the little game.
And now they
Yeah.
serve alcohol.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Happy
when's the last
hour
time
at
you were
Cracker
there?
Barrel.
I was there in April. Tom Durant and I were in Erie for the Eclipse stuff, and he had never been to a Cracker Barrel. And I said, let's go.
So
You lived it
what
up
do you
in
think about
Erie.
this?
We did.
Considering the Red Lobster, the Applebee's, TGI Fridays, all these places are kind of on the downturn, aren't they?
They
you
are.
think Cracker Barrel's on that list? I don't know. Have you heard
It
anything?
doesn't seem to be as much as the.
Why are they on the downturn too? What,
I was
like
actually reading an article about that. They were saying it's just a difference in people's tastes.
yeah, but
I'm
it was
not
like
sure
the
if that's a
thing
good
10, 20 years
explanation.
ago, and now it seems like people look down on those
And then
places.
it's funny, I just saw yesterday something about Chili's is on the
Chili's?
swing back up.
Oh, swing back
Yeah.
up.
And I heard Chi-Chi's is opening back up.
Yes.
I loved Chi-Chi's.
I
They
never
had
was
the
at a
best
Chi-Chi's.
fried ice cream.
Chi-Chi's!
Did you like it?
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's a Mexican place.
I think something what it could be as well is people really want to support local.
Well, there's a lot of that too, I think.
Yeah.
But everything goes through cycles. I remember
Yeah.
all those places were like held in such high esteem. We're going to Red Lobster. We're going to TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
Now it's almost like, ew. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
why.
like
No.
them.
Yeah.
But there's that vibe, don't you think?
When I worked at Red Lobster, I would make so much. I made so much money in tips.
Would you say big fat cash?
Yes.
Wow.
Hundreds of dollars a night sometimes.
Hundreds of
Yes.
dollars.
Because
Yeah.
it's a pricier meal.
That's
Yeah.
exotic
And
they
dancer
had decent
material.
Turnover.
It was
You're really
crazy.
busy.
Yeah.
And when some of the meals there were, I mean, $30 meals.
The ultimate feast.
The ultimate feast was $40. You know the ultimate
You know
feast.
all the Red Lobster meals.
And when they would have,
How do you know the ultimate feast so well?
I don't think I've ordered the ultimate feast, but I wanted to because it looks so good.
Because it's
It's
the title.
expensive.
Oh, yeah, it's
The
really
title
expensive.
you want to grant
Yeah.
the ultimate feast.
It has like everything.
and when they have Lobster Fest going on, I mean, they have like $40 dinners and
Yeah.
stuff.
But that's
So-
a pretty good price for lobster.
You get a table of 4 ordering a $40 dinner and
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
They tip 20%.
They should.
I think
Yeah.
I mentioned this on the podcast before. I've done this when my wife's not around. When I go to a restaurant, as soon as the waiter or waitress comes over, I say, here's the deal. I don't want them going back and forth asking me how the meal is. I don't want the soda first. I don't
You're
want
one
the
of
check
those
later.
He sets the stage.
I say, here's what I want. Bring it. Don't check on me and bring me the meal, and we're done.
But don't
Okay.
you want a refill on your soda?
I hardly ever do. No, I want
Really?
everything at once, and you're going to get a great tip even if it's bad.
See, I would like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I like
Yeah.
it.
Whereas Dawn would be mortified if you did that
She'd be
with me.
mortified. She was mortified, yes. I just want, here's our first viewing together. Here's what I want. And then bring me the
And
check.
yeah, that waiter or waitress probably loves that.
They
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah,
Don't
yes.
check
Less
on me.
work.
No.
Does the check on you ever even work? Like, you're always half food. How's everything? I hate that
Well,
state.
sometimes I want it. Like, what if they forgot my side of coleslaw?
You take it like a man or woman and you don't say anything. That's what
No,
you
I
do.
want my darn
What's their
coleslaw.
coleslaw?
It's happened before. They forget the coleslaw, and I'm so disappointed.
All right, so no one never did my thing?
No.
Bring it- no.
I wish they
I
did.
wish they did. Yeah, go away.
You're like the ideal
Yes,
customer.
that's what I'm thinking. Go away and leave me alone, and I won't bother you, and you're going to get a good tip. At
That's
least
funny.
20%. Too much waiter talk? We're already 15 minutes in.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
gotta go.
John's up.
All right.
We gotta
Wow.
That was a good topic.
go. It was, though.
Little
It
did we
was.
know that Nikki
I didn't
was-
know
It was a
you
random
were-
question, and I knew the
I
answer.
know. I didn't think anybody would know.
Would you ever do that again, or did you hate it?
I actually really like waitressing.
Oh. Whoa.
But it is a lot of work. It's
It
so
seems like a lot of
tiring.
work and a lot of
It's-
annoyances.
you have to know what
It's
you're
stressful.
doing. It is stressful.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Travis.
Travis.
Former NEPA resident, Travis. All right, Travis says, this is a good one. If you go back in time 300 years, were Amish people Amish, or were they just farmers? I'm just thinking, at that point, no one had electricity. They were all using horses. They were all farming. At one point, did the Amish culture start? Is this just their way of protesting big tractor?
So what
That's
we
a
think of as
great
Amish now,
question. Was
that's
this like-
everybody 300 years ago.
Yeah.
So
I
what does this
honestly
mean?
don't know the answer to
We all
that. I
had
don't
horses.
know.
I have never
Of course,
thought
there's
of
more
it.
to it. It's a religion.
It's a
and everything.
religion.
But at the same time, you're right. Everyone was Amish.
But it comes from Pennsylvania Dutch as part of the Amish.
So 300.
But I don't know
Does
when.
it come from Pennsylvania?
I
Because
thought
Amish
so.
people other places.
Like a Germany.
Something like
I
that?
don't know. Dutch.
Now we need to research the history of the Amish.
No, but do you see his point, though? It's
Yeah,
interesting.
totally. Because they.
When do you become Amish based on the simple lifestyle?
Because everyone was
at
Amish.
that point, if it was just a religion, there were lots of religions.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have stood out at all. And then at some point, really in the last 150 years, is when it would just.
But let's say
Maybe
this, John.
not everybody wore the bonnets.
I was gonna say,
300
let's
yeah,
say-
the
'cause I can
dress
see-
would have been different.
I can see Mindy doing this. Let's just pretend now that Mindy decides to leave modern technology. So
It
you're
is
making your own
tempting.
clothes.
Yeah.
There's no electricity.
Allie's making my clothes for me.
or whatever. You're
You got a bonnet.
You got a bonnet. You're up somewhere in a farmland somewhere. You have sheep. You're sewing. You're making your own. You're doing everything Amish.
hmm
No one's gonna say you're Amish, though, are they? Would they say, "Look at Mindy, she's now Amish"?
If I join the religion.
So that's what I mean. The big part, I think, is the
Is
religion.
the religion.
Yeah. And you
What-
have to join the Amish community, too. You can't just be off on your own. I think it's very community-based, right?
Yeah.
So if you
It
did
seems that
everything
way.
Amish except for the religion, they wouldn't say you're Amish, would they?
No, they would just say I
She's
was
off the grid.
crazy. Off the grid. Which could happen.
I can really see you doing all that. It does seem relaxing. You can do your
Doesn't it?
puzzles.
You could do puzzles?
Could you do
Yeah.
puzzles? Because they're
You
made
could
by.
do puzzles. You probably could. They're not
Yeah.
electric.
Yeah.
You'd have to go to the store to get there.
Could
You'd
you
have to
go-
order them off Amazon. Wait.
Let's say it's a special night and you want to take your horse and buggy over to Cracker Barrel. Could you do that?
I don't know.
Could you, John? Do you know if you can go to Cracker Barrel if you're Amish?
I don't think so.
I see Mennonite people
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
places. but
Yeah.
that's a
And I
different-
also think that there's different rules for different.
Yeah.
Don't they call them sects, like the community?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm
Were
not
there
sure.
Amish in Iowa?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did you ever wait on an Amish?
I've never waited on an Amish person.
It is,
Interesting.
I mean, there's portions that Nikki knows from working in central Pennsylvania. I mean, there's big chunks of our
Yes.
viewing area that
Yeah.
there's a lot of Amish people.
But it's really not our viewing area because they're not
They're
viewing
not our viewers.
No.
No. They,
No.
that we know of.
They
I don't think
can't.
they can watch.
No.
No.
Yeah.
It
could
is
do-
a fascinating. It's a fascinating
They
lifestyle
could
to
do-
think of giving up all this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And are they truly happier? We don't know.
We don't know.
My best friend in high school, it was either an Amish or a Mennonite family that cleaned their house.
Mm-hmm.
Like did a house cleaning service. Maybe you can't do that if you're Amish. I don't know. But they were a religion that couldn't watch TV. But the mom and the two girls would come over and clean the house, and the girls would like watch the TV because they never got to see it before.
It was like this. Ooh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
better than a bird puzzle.
Yeah. Maybe not.
It's a glowing box. All right, Nikki. I'm
Good
gonna bring
job,
it over to
Travis.
you.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
That was-
everyone was
I
kind of
think I need to
Amish
research.
300 years ago. Minus the religious part. He is a deep thinker.
Yes, I'm going to do
Travis.
some research on that one. 'Cause I'm intrigued by that.
The thing is, he says he thinks of these things as he's driving around for his job. So
Yeah.
he must have passed some Amish
Maybe
people.
he passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Francine from Tannersville wants to know, brown baggers, just where do the body components go when you're cremated? My eyes, liver, brain, toenails, etc.
That's a great question, Francine.
Well, so I'm the science representative here. I have the answer.
Okay.
I think I don't know how common knowledge this is, but we're all put together from molecules and atoms.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're cremated, or when you die from any other cause, nothing disappears. Do people realize that? So you're over 70% water. The water that makes up your body, the tissues, is going to go into the atmosphere, into the soil.
I thought we were like 80% water.
Variations.
Okay, all right.
The phosphorus, the calcium, everything just gets put into another form, but it doesn't go anywhere. So every atom that makes up your body still exists when you're dead, even if you're cremated. Does Isn't that nuts?
So it's just ashes, basically.
The ashes, the water becomes part of the atmosphere. The ashes contains, the calcium and the stuff that didn't incinerate. But nothing goes away, which is a deep, deep thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, some
What
of
is
the
she
atoms will
asking?
come.
What happens to
Your eyeballs, your
body components.
fingernails.
Yeah.
It all gets
Everything is
cremated?
made up of atoms, and everything still exists. John, you'll like this one. We're like Lego projects. Your son just made that solar system model.
Yeah.
You take all those Legos apart, maybe you're going to make a castle out of the next one. It's still a castle now, but it was a solar system. So we're like Legos. All of the stuff that makes up your body, Nikki, is going to be here forever until the universe ends.
It's just out there in the.
It's just doing other things.
But more specific to her question, before you're cremated, unless if you're donating things, you're not taken apart. You're just
Everything gets
put
incinerated.
in. It all goes in.
Incinerated.
Yes.
Yeah.
It all goes in.
And
yeah.
most of the water is what holds us together, just becomes part of the
gas.
atmospheric gases.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I like the idea of taking those ashes, and then some people are like putting them in a pot with a tree,
Yeah.
like a seed.
Yeah.
And then you grow into that tree because part of your ashes.
Yeah,
Would
the
become
carbon
part of
that was
that.
in your body
Yeah, I like
now
that.
becomes
Isn't that a cool idea?
it
It
becomes
is.
the tissue in the plant, whether
Yeah.
it's the bark or the leaves, and then that becomes carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and everything is cycled. It's wonderful. You are breathing in right now Tyrannosaurus Rex urine. That's a fact.
Thanks, Joe.
The
Yes.
water
He
that
always
was
has a way of putting things.
the
He
water
does.
that was in his urine, urinated 66 million years ago, is still in the atmosphere, and you're probably breathing some of the molecules in right now.
I'm trying to find a hole in your theory.
There
What
is no
if-
hole in the theory. This is it.
Okay.
We're a Lego
What if there's a
project.
hole in the atmosphere and
Nothing escapes. No,
Oh,
nothing
okay.
escapes. It's a closed system for the most part.
All right.
Whoo!
Your turn, Joe.
I don't know
got
if I
some
can
interesting
continue
questions.
on. No, there's some thin
Wait, was
ones in
that
here.
Nikki's?
Everyone ignores
Yeah.
that.
That was
okay.
Nikki's.
That was Nikki's.
Is this even a question? This thing has been
Wait,
That looks like a.
handwritten
that's
one?
like a school closing alert.
No, it says Joe's official cleaning loofah. Do not touch.
Oh yeah, that was the tech.
I was just trying to get something different there. I don't know. All right, so. Are you going to be cremated or are you going to go traditional burial?
Cremated.
Get out.
Yeah.
Why? You just.
I just want to. What
Yeah.
about
Oh, I haven't
you?
even thought about
I
it.
haven't thought
You
about
haven't
it.
thought about it?
No.
Really?
No.
Uh-uh.
I think about it all the
buried in a
time.
tree.
No. You want to be
Yeah, they do that.
cremated and turned into a tree.
Yeah.
I read my 3-year-old at least 3 books before bed every night, and I'm getting tired of the same rotation of books each night. What are your favorite books to read to your kids? Looking for something new, assuming you have small children. So, the same rotation.
But the
You've
thing is,
been
those
through this.
kids
We've all been through
love-
this except
They
Nikki.
want the
They
same.
want the
Sometimes they
certain
want the
books.
rotation. Good Night Moon is a classic.
That
Have
is a
you all done
classic,
that one?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think the ones with like repeating themes, because Good Night Moon, Good Night this, Good Night that. Simple ones. I remember reading The Three Pigs a gazillion times to my kids.
Really,
Why
I
is
didn't do that one.
You didn't do The Three
No.
Pigs?
No, we didn't do that.
What?
We did
Wee,
Where the
wee,
Wild
wee.
Things Are.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember
We
that
did,
book.
What was your
Um,
favorite
Go
childhood
Dogs
book?
Go.
Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel
That's a
Silverstein.
good one.
Harry the Dirty Dog?
Love
You guys
Harry.
know that?
Yep,
That's
have
a
that
classic.
one too. Yep. What about you?
My kids love the Knuffle Bunny series.
Oh yeah, that was good. Knuckle Bunny.
Now, do you still, is it
Do you
over
remember-
for you?
You know Knuffle Bunny?
I never heard of
Ooh,
that.
I've heard of
Oh,
that.
look at
But
Nikki.
isn't
She's
it-
getting teary-eyed.
So if the-
Knuffle Bunny or is it Knuffle Bunny?
Is it Knuffle?
I don't know.
Well, they're Dutch. I think the
Oh,
family.
that's right.
Because they have an Oma and Opa.
Right, or German, one of the two.
Well, I think that they went to the Netherlands.
Now, are your reading years over, John? Is you're the last one here?
Yeah.
Isn't that so weird when they're
Oh.
over?
It's
And it's just come to an end now that they're all reading to themselves. Now Jake is 7. He likes to read to us sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's not, reading books all the time too.
Did you ever think about this? Here's your deep thought, in addition to the one we just had. You don't get emotional.
She's
the-
gonna.
Because I read this the other month and it blew my mind. Like, when's the last time you walk and say, hold your child's hand? There is a last time.
There's
I
a last
know.
time you hold them. and
Hold
walk.
them. When's the last time you read a book to your child? You don't know when it happens. It just happens and you forget. When's the last time you did Legos with your kid or your son does Legos? All these things,
Yeah, I saw something similar to that recently. And so it has me thinking about it. And the other day, our 10-year-old, she and I were walking somewhere and she grabbed my hand.
Oh.
And I thought about it, just
Aw.
like, this could be one of the last times.
There's
But
gonna
you
be-
don't know when
You
the end
don't
is.
know when that last handhold is.
Someone posted something, do you know when the last time you gave your kid a bath was? And I was like,
There's another one.
yeah,
Last time
we
you
don't have
gave
to do
your
that
kid.
we don't have to do that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's weird.
And picking them up, holding them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changing the. When's the last diaper change?
But you don't think about it in the process.
No.
Because you're just going through the motions, and then they take that next step, and usually you're relieved that they're able to do things on their own.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you look back and it's like,
But there was a last time you changed your kid's diaper.
yeah.
You don't know it at the time,
Wow,
Mindy.
we're
Please
getting
save
deep
us
on a
from
lot of
this.
levels today.
Mindy, save
I'm
us from
gonna
this.
start
Give us
crying.
something.
Mindy's about to cry.
Give us.
I
It's your
can't.
Mindy's
turn,
daughter
Mindy.
just went back to college.
I
She's
know.
about to cry.
Yesterday, I'm gonna cry anyway.
When's the last time you're going to give your daughter $50 and say, "Have a nice"?
I feel
Oh,
like
I-
that doesn't that
I
last
don't think that's gonna ever
forever?
end.
He's still handing over $50.
Yes, I don't think that ever ends.
My parents are still giving me $50
I
sometimes.
was gonna say, yeah, my parents still give me money. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yep, thank you.
I appreciate it. All right. This is from a guy named Tom in Archibald. Sometimes I'm too critical of people. However,
Uh-oh. Who's getting it?
Someone's about to get it.
I watched Nikki Cries this morning at the West End Fair. She did a great job. I'm trying to read the rest of it.
Okay.
Nikki, do you
Oh, she has this contagious smile.
Oh!
She's fitting in nicely with
Oh!
the name. Wait, this is a compliment.
It's a but we're gonna allow it.
We're
Yeah,
gonna allow
okay,
it,
we'll
even
allow
though they're
it.
Because
banned.
that was so
Tom
nice.
from Archibald.
Aw.
Thank you, Tom.
Yes, contagious smile.
I think we agree.
Yeah, and when
Yeah.
was this? In September, maybe?
West End
Do you
Fair.
remember
West
that
End
one?
I think
That
that
would have
was
been August.
August.
Yeah.
Wow.
Aw, thank you.
Yes, Tom, that was very nice. We appreciate it. And we all think the same thing. We're so
We love Nikki.
We
'cause
were
she's
so
an honest,
excited.
true, easygoing person.
Oh,
The
shucks.
smile's so genuine.
Aw.
Sweetie.
And we totally tried to deceive her when she was trying to decide if she was coming to the morning show, and we told her how great it was. And she's not mad at us for it.
I'm
She
happy to
thinks it
be
is
here.
Great, don't you, Nikki?
It's better
Don't
than-
ya?
I love it.
It's better than waitressing at Cracker Barrel, isn't it?
You know what it
But
is.
maybe not at Red Lobster with the tips we got there.
Well, and especially I think I'd want to just eat all the seafood all the time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Or did you get to the point where you didn't want seafood?
See, I don't eat seafood.
Oh, you don't?
Me neither.
So
I've
I was
never been to
never-
Red Lobster in my life.
You
I wasn't
haven't.
I hate
tempted.
anything from the sea.
Ultimate
Wow.
feast.
I want to try the ultimate feast now.
The ultimate feast, John. You're shot. Uh-oh. Could this be an ender? Are we done here? Come on, John. Give us
I don't
something.
know. This is from Frank. Is Mindy related to John Benet Ramsey? I see a resemblance.
Oh
Wait a minute, Mindy. Look into the camera.
my gosh! I don't think there's.
So
a
John Benet Ramsey, the murdered child back in
Yeah.
It was
90s?
very
90s?
sad.
This goes back. It's 25
90,
years ago.
Is it? Yeah. Was it like 94?
Yeah,
95,
so you
96?
do seem to have the cutesy look that she has. Now,
I
but
don't
this
know
is your
about that.
married name, right?
Yeah, that's my married
Yeah,
name. Yeah.
so
So
you-
here's the irony. I was telling John this actually. So yeah, it's my married name, so that's not my maiden name. But my husband's brother lived in Denver when this was happening.
And
when
he-
the whole
and
John
his
Benet
name was Ramsey.
And his name's Ramsey. So people all thought that he might be related just because of the
Oh my
last
Yeah,
name.
God.
yeah.
Yeah. So no relation that I know of.
Had you been asked that before though?
Not really. No, I
Okay.
think it's just because this documentary came back up on
Oh,
Netflix.
That's probably why it's
And
on this
it's
guy's
back.
radar, too.
Right,
back
and
in
people
the
are
news.
watching it. And we actually watched the documentary with our 16-year-old, and she was amazed at what happened and how.
I heard it was a
things-
lot of sloppy police work, like in.
Well, that's if you watch the documentary, that might be what you see. So.
You
yeah.
assumed the parents were bad people, but I think it
Well,
was made out to
so-
appear that way
So
when maybe
much
they
of
weren't.
the public opinion, I think at the
Yeah.
time, yeah, people blamed the parents, and that's pretty horrible if you lose your daughter and you get
And then
blamed
you-
for
And
it.
you get blamed for it.
And
Like,
it's
that's-
just such a national story that everyone
Right.
was talking about. Everyone had an opinion.
And the
What
mom
is-
had just gone through breast cancer, and it was just, yeah.
I wonder what that is about human nature. If there's a parent who forces their child into something, it's very annoying, isn't it? Like into anything.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I know the Jackson's father, he pushed them all into that. Like
Well, there's.
What is
I mean,
that?
I don't know.
seeing
I
her
wasn't-
all dressed up and
I
like
know,
a
but Patty Ramsey says in the documentary, there's a soundbite of her saying, because she did pageants when she was young, and she said that JonBenet had been asking her, Mom, when do I get to do these? When?
Oh.
So yeah, we automatically think, oh, the parents are forcing her into this.
right, yeah.
But
Maybe
she loved it.
maybe she loved it, and she was very good at it, and she won awards, and maybe she really enjoyed it. And when
We
you
don't
look
know.
at the pageants, I was watching the video again, all the little
Mindy's
girls,
into this.
I was very into it because I just couldn't believe that. Like back at the time, I remembering thinking it was the parents' fault as well, and I feel really bad now that I thought that.
Yeah, I immediately accused them
but
too.
all the little girls are like, wearing so much makeup and like, that was how they did the pageants, and people thought it was terrible that the parents did this, but that was how it was done. So anyway, I'm not defending them. I'm not whatever, but
Yeah, are you going to do the same thing to Honey Boo Boo? You going to defend Honey Boo Boo?
I'm not. I didn't even watch it.
I did. I used to love that show.
I have not thought about Honey Boo Boo in a very long time.
Well, isn't there a little overlap here in a Venn diagram? Isn't there
There
something?
could be.
There could be.
I see like the same type of thing.
So
What
you
was Honey Boo-
watched it?
The Honey Boo Boo?
Yeah.
No, but I remember my daughter watching it and me laughing at her.
Okay.
This was like 10 years ago,
Just
15?
fascinating humans.
Yeah.
Honey Boo. It's just fun to say Honey Boo Boo. You
Honey
loved Honey
Boo
Boo
Boo.
Boo.
Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah.
But her whole family was just kind of out there.
And it's just crazy how these people have allowed, to be their whole life exposed and put out there and become super famous, rich, I'm sure, by doing it.
But is it worth it?
Oof.
Do you think it's more your gender that's nuts or not?
No, we don't think so.
Think so.
I think it's your agenda.
There's no Honey Boo Boo dads doing this stuff.
There might be.
Well,
Maybe the dads who make their kids play football or
What about Michael
race.
Jackson's dad? You mentioned
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Honey Boo Boo the baby or the mom or the kid?
the baby.
Oh,
That
the
it was
baby.
Mama June. That
Mama
was the mom.
June.
And then she had a
Look at you.
spin-off. I didn't watch the spin-off with Mama June though. I was done then.
You drew the line.
I drew the line. I was over it.
Could you give us, before we end this, you're going to have the last question, a follow-up? What's Honey Boo Boo doing now, since you're so into it? Do you know? Is she...
I don't know. She's older now though.
Yeah, she's probably like 30.
Yeah.
She might be married.
Yeah.
Weird.
Weird.
It seems like there should be a follow-up to this, Honey Boo Boo.
I think the
I don't know
mom
if there
might
needs
have.
to be.
Someone got into legal trouble. I don't know.
Imagine that.
We're going to end
know,
with this
right?
one. She's going to pick a good one. I love it. I feel it. I feel this is a
Come on,
winner.
Nikki.
Come on, Nikki. End the segment with joy,
Bill wants to know,
enthusiasm,
Joe.
and query.
why is it when we are saying directions, we always say northeast or southwest and not east-north or west-south?
Great.
You see how we get the deep questions here? All right, so let's say the wind is out of the northeast. No one would ever say east-north.
No.
Maybe it's just not a word. Like,
Yeah, but do we say, okay, so it's northeast, we say
Southwest.
southwest, northwest, southeast.
We would never put the east or west first.
Yeah, so why is north and south the dominant starter?
That's what he wants to know. I've never thought about it.
I think it's one of those things that's just woven into our culture, and we never question it, which is awesome why we're doing it now.
I bet you mariners centuries ago at
Yeah.
sea, just that was their way of easily telling directions or whatever. Put north or south first.
But do you guys think north and south is more important than east and west? I don't.
No.
I
On
think
a
it
round
was
globe, it
just.
probably shouldn't be more important.
No, it shouldn't.
I think it was just so Kanye could name his child North.
Wait, back up. I didn't know this. So Kanye's son is called North?
Yeah.
The
Or is it
daughter.
Daughter.
North.
Get out,
west.
North.
Because his last name is West.
Is that right?
You didn't know that?
No, I don't know anything about Kanye. I didn't know she was a waitress. I didn't know you were related
learning
to.
a lot.
I didn't know you were related to JonBenet Ramsey.
I'm-
I didn't know any of this. I didn't know he likes the ultimate what?
The
Ultimate Feast.
We really should go to Red Lobster. I really want to try this.
Let's go for lunch.
We could split it.
We can get the Cajun chicken pasta.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Or should we go to Cracker Barrel for the what's the
For
casserole?
the stars? Oh, and the
hash brown
cheesy
casserole.
Yeah,
Hash
cheesy
brown
casserole.
casserole.
Yeah, let's do that.
Keep the questions coming. Brownbag@WNDP.com. You see, folks, without you, we're nothing. We
Nothing.
need these unique questions. So, Nikki, you're going to end this with your greatest tip amount and your least tip amount. Here we go.
Well, I know my least tip amount was 0.
0. Do you think you deserved
Rude.
0?
Absolutely not.
So you didn't do something to upset these people.
Oh, no, of course not. I
And
was
the-
always great.
And the greatest?
Oh, I think someone gave me $100 one time.
Ooh, nice.
That would be an awesome tip.
Yeah.
And finally, creepers coming on to you.
Yeah.
And we're
That
out.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
On that note.